Hi, Lauren here. Welcome. This is pretty interesting, isn't it? This is a coffee with cream and a couple of stevias in it, and it's just delicious. And yes, I know I have a view to die for here. Just amazing. I find myself several times a day looking outside and going, oh my giddy aunt, this is just an amazing view, just beautiful. I'm looking in the background here. I've taken 2 old Corona bottles and I've put olive branches in them. On our property, there are a lot of olive trees that have been sown wildly, so to speak, by birds who have eaten an olive locally and then come and had a poo on our property. So we have beautiful olive trees everywhere, which is just stunning. So I'm a bit of a boho freak, love the old boho. So I like to put it in a bottle with candles at dinner. So there's the residue of a dinner we had the other night, inviting another friend. Today, I want to talk to you about being strong and what it means to be strong in a life of possible adversity and suffering. I had a client ring me yesterday. I rename her, let's call her Sarah. And Sarah speaks to me once a month. And Sarah started off the call saying, she was crying, and she said, and I know her from my past as well, she's one of my friends. We no longer live in the same state, but I used to live quite close to her. So Sarah started the conversation crying and saying, I'm just a wreck. I'm just a complete wreck. Perhaps she said, that's who I am, or words to that effect. And then Sarah continued to describe the stressors or the triggers or the causes of her grief. And she described at least 10 significant problems. Sarah's getting older, so Sarah is about my age, perhaps a touch younger. And Sarah's having challenges with her aging parents, with her own health, with the changing market, with the economy, with her hours at work, with needing to pay out her ex-partner in a marital settlement, with her children, with various problems that adult children have, with her own home, with her exercise, and with her in-laws to her own parents. So her parents who have remarried, the dynamics between her parents and the new parents. So Sarah went into the narrative. And I said, heck, Sarah, you've got some real stress there. And she said, yes, I do. And I said, do you have any solutions, any strategies to get through these stressors? And we named them. And she said, yes. And her voice slowed down and she described strategies to identify the stressors, to rationalize or unpack the stressors, and to deal with, to manage, to unpack, to build resilience through the stressors. Sarah started the counselling session quite heightened, with a fast voice, very teary, speaking in a somewhat staccato manner, and concluded the talk speaking slowly, calmly. And I found it interesting for a number of reasons. One, I find Sarah to be very wise, mature, and very empathetic. She's the type of person at a party that would get out get up in the party, stand on a table and do some weird stuff. And she's the life of the party. She's always the life of the party. She did the most amazing things. And her ex-husband used to say, Sarah, don't do that. Everyone is laughing at you, not with you. And Sarah would respond, I don't care. And I just thought, I remember at the time, I thought Sarah was amazing. She was just an amazing personality. When Sarah was at a party, everyone was guaranteed a good time. She was and is so much fun. Yet people like Sarah that stand out from the crowd, that put in effort, that make that suggestion that perhaps no one else is willing to make or prepared to make. They are more likely to be bullied and teared down. I find Sarah, as Sarah's getting older, to be more and more resilient. She has managed some incredible adversity and is able to unpack it in a rational way. Sarah's description of herself was that she struggles with sadness. Yet I found, in listening to her, that she was so strong and exhibited real strategies in strength and a resilient character. But somehow her rhetoric, her way of describing herself did not reflect who I saw her to be. And as a counsellor, I look at evidence. I look at patterns and I attempt to be objective. So I look at patterns of behaviour and evidence for any analysis. And I thought Sarah was magnificent, really magnificent. I think it's interesting in life that sometimes, for whatever reason, we lack the ability to take one step back and have a look at ourselves and say, hey, I'm not doing that badly. I had another friend ring me a couple of days ago and talk about her own childhood. And I had known her as a child. And I thought her childhood was a particular way. And when she narrated to me her experience, I thought, holy moly, that was a difficult childhood. Yet she is such a resilient person. I don't think that any of us truly escape adversity. I think that each of us has our own jagged path where our feet occasionally end up bloody and torn. Oh my goodness, my feet are bloody and torn once again. What will I do? I'll take a rest and I'll keep on walking, just like Dory in that movie Nemo, just keep on swimming. I love that quote. When we take a step back and we put our cards on the table, I'll often say to my clients, get out some paper and some texters and draw the issues. When we have the ability to look down on the issues, one, we can recognize them as adversity and we can be the third person looking at them. And then we can say to ourselves, to our inner chatter, oh, just be quiet. You've got no idea. All you do is talk about me, but you don't know what it's like to be me. You know that inner chatter that says things to you like you're hopeless or you're no good or you'll never find a relationship? Oh my goodness, just shut the fudge chocolate eclair up. Really, enough already. This inner talk, it needs to go on holiday permanently to Barbados and not come back. This inner chatter is not helpful. Let's look at it honestly. Adversity happens. We are flawed as humans. We make mistakes. Some of them are biggies. I figure as long as we're not axe murdering, we've got a foot in the right direction. So my friend continued to talk and I thought by the end, the way she described the people in her life that were at times treating her really badly, she had the ability to speak with complexity. When we are mentally well, we are able to see other people in their complexity. So perhaps we know somebody that's behaved poorly. We can still see their strengths and their weaknesses. We can describe them in complexity, in their whole. And one of the indicators of mental health is seeing the many colours in life rather than trying to dumb it down or simplify it down or bring it down to a label or a simple diagnosis in some situations. Sometimes life is just complex and we have to get up and keep going anyway. Sometimes people say truly terrible things when people haven't done terrible things, and we have to get up and keep going. Sometimes at the point of death, people around the person who's passing say things that shouldn't be said. Sometimes at weddings, a place of joy, someone does something that's not okay. Sometimes people are unfaithful, demonstrate infidelity in ways that just destroy lives. Sometimes people lie or make a statement that's false, and the repercussions are like ripples on a lake. Sometimes there are blended families with a whole lot of different personalities, and some of those personalities really like to rumour monger. Sometimes people spread hate on the internet. It's so easy, isn't it, for me to say it is what it is. It is, my glasses really need a clean. I can see all these smudges through them. And Adrian was saying the other day, Lauren, you do these videos and I watch your videos and you don't clean up the kitchen. He was speaking tongue in cheek in case you suddenly want to defend me, as you do. And I said, yeah, Adrian, the kitchen's not clean and care factor, I don't care. I don't wear makeup. I love this kind of outfit where I just throw the clothes on. Perhaps that's because I'm older. And sometimes when we get older, we gain perspective. I'd like to think that I have some perspective. I'd like to think that. And we look at life and think, why did I care so much then, or at that time, or during that occasion? We look back and think, I wasted so much time caring. If I could wave a magic wand, I would wave it at certain times to stop people caring about what others think. And then I'd wave it over myself at times too. When we struggle, it can often be helpful to be the third person, the witness, the person in the peanut gallery looking down upon the theatre of life and say, that's not that bad, I'll be okay. Or perhaps, gee whiz, that was frightful and I will be okay. We have these momentous occasions in life, these celebrations, and I'll include death because it is a celebration of sorts. We have these occasions like weddings, birthdays, funerals, where people can behave badly. We have these other times in life where people can behave badly. Somehow, we are required by life to keep going and grow as people, develop. No matter what people say about you, it doesn't affect inherently who you are. You can still do you. Because in the blink of an eye, there will be lines around your eyes. In the blink of an eye, there will be age spots dotted all over your wrists and arms. In the blink of an eye, cataracts will start. But the world is still beautiful. There is always beauty to be found. I'm so delighted in Sarah and my other friend the other day. Please visit my new channel if you can. It's currently called Barossa Body by Lauren, but I think it's going to become Strong Body by Lauren. I'm still thinking. I am currently loading a meditation at the moment. It's 42% loaded, 58 minutes to go, so it will be up soon. I would love you to check it out. Please subscribe. In the theatre of life, let's sit in the peanut gallery and look down upon the stage and see events, relationships in perspective. Let's take out butcher paper and spread it in front of us and categorize our life so that we can see the pregnant pause between the issues and recognize this as joy, as I do with my amazing views. It's lovely to catch up with you. It's truly lovely. Please visit me at my other channel. That would make me very excited. And don't let the madding crowds get you down. Be above the good opinion of others. And always reach out a hand. Always reach out a hand. And family is not about harmony. Family is about union and resilience. Let's promote unity and inclusion. Thanks for listening.